Hi friends, welcome to shivait.com. I am Shiva Chaitanya, computer lecturer. In this video, I want to talk about how can we generate the random numbers in Python. So generating random numbers in Python is our topic name. So to generate the random numbers in Python, mainly we use four functions. So what are those four functions? First one is randint function, next randrange function, random function and uniform function. All these four functions are used to generate the random numbers in Python. So see here. So what is the first function? First function is randint function. Second function is randrange function. Third function is random function. And fourth function is uniform function. So all these four functions are used to generate the random numbers in Python. Then why we use this randint and why we use randrange? See, this randint and randrange, these two functions are used to generate the integer random numbers. If you want to generate the integer random numbers, use randint or randrange. If you want to generate floating point random numbers, then use random function or uniform function. So like this, we can generate the random numbers by using these four functions. Now I will explain these four functions in detail in this video. So all these four functions are included in one particular module. That module name is random module. So in the random module, they defined these functions. So these four functions, they defined in which module? Random module. Okay, so among these, first one is what? Randint function. So why we use randint function? Okay, what is the prototype of it? See. So for the randint function, we specify two values, two parameters are there. So first parameter is start parameter, starting value. Second parameter is end. So we specify two values here. One is starting value and another one is ending value. Okay, now this function will generate the random numbers between starting value and ending value. Including starting value and ending value, that will generate the random numbers. For example, I am calling randint function. So this randint function is placed in random module. So to use that, write random dot randint of, I am giving starting value as 1, ending value as 100. Now this function will generate random numbers between 1 and 100. It will generate the random numbers between 1 and 100. Including 1 and 100, it will generate. Okay, sometimes it may generate 10, sometimes it may generate 70, sometimes it may generate 1, sometimes it may generate 100, like this. From 1 to 100, that will generate the random numbers. So to generate the random integer numbers between specific range, we are using the randint function. Okay, then why we use this randrange function? Why we use this randrange function? See here. So to use this randrange function, for the randrange function, we specify three values. For the randrange function, we specify three values. What are those three values? First one is start value. Second one is end value. And third one is step. So three arguments we can pass to the randrange function. So specifying this start value is optional and specifying the step value is also optional. But we must specify one value, that is what? End value. We must specify the end value. Now for example, I am writing random dot randrange of, I am giving number as 10 here. So specifying starting value is optional, specifying step value is optional. If you don't specify the start value, that will take start value as 0. If you don't specify the step value, that will take step value as 1. Okay, so here we are specifying one value here, 10. What is that one? That is the ending value. Okay, it excludes this ending value. So now it will generate the random numbers. It will generate random numbers between 0 9. It will generate random numbers between 0 to 9. So it excludes the 10. It excludes the ending value. Now, for example, I'm writing like this. I'm writing random dot rand range, of, I'm giving starting value as 10, ending value as 51. Now it will generate the random numbers between 10 to 50. It excludes the 51. So now it will generate the random numbers between 10 to 51. So here we are specifying one starting value and one ending value. If we don't specify the starting value, by default it takes that value as 0. If we specify the value, that takes that value. So specifying starting value is optional. So next step, by default that is increasing one value. Okay, if you want to increase more than one value, okay, you can specify the step. For example, I'm writing like this. I'm writing random dot rand range of, I'm specifying starting value as 10, ending value as 101. If you write like this, that will generate the random numbers between 10 to 100. Now I am giving step value here. I'm giving step value as 10. Now what are the values it will take? So first value 10. So after taking step, next value is 20. So by default step value is what? 1. So after 10, that takes 11, 12, 13 if step is 1. Here step is what? Step is 10 means that increases 10 values. So first value 10, second value 20, third value 30, like this, that is taking up to 100. So now that will generate the random numbers between 10. That will generate the random numbers among the numbers like 10, 20, 30, 40, like this, that is taking 10 values as the step. Okay, so it generates random numbers between 10 and 100, but step is what here? Step is 10. So like this, you can use the rand range function. So to generate the random integer numbers, you are using this rand int and rand range. And next function is what? Random function. This random function is used to generate the floating point random number between 0.0 and 1.0. So if you want to generate the floating point number between 0.0 and 1.0, you can use random function. So if you want to generate floating point random number between 0.0 and 1.0, you can use random function. Okay, so it excludes 0.0 and 1.0. It will not give 0.0 and 1.0. Okay, that excludes those values. Between those values, that will give random numbers. And next function is uniform function. So for the random function, there is a range. You can get the random numbers between 0 and 1 only. If you want to specify the range, you can use uniform function. So using this uniform function also, you can generate the floating point random numbers only. But you can specify the range here. For example, I'm writing like this. I'm writing random dot uniform. I'm giving starting value as 5.0 and ending value as 50.0. Now it will generate the random floating point numbers between 5.0 and 50.0. It will generate the random numbers between 5.0 and 50.0. So this is about the functions which are using to generate the random numbers. Now I use all these 4 functions in the Python. I'm opening Python editor here. See. So I want to use rand int function. So to use the rand int function, first we have to write the import statement, right? Import random. Now random module is ready to use. You can use all the functions which are in the random module now. Okay. So to use those functions, right? Random dot is the function name rand int of. I'm giving first value as 1, last starting value as 1, ending value as 100. Okay. Now observe here. I'm pressing enter key, that is generating one random number between 1 and 100. Okay, once again I'm running the same code, that is generating another number. Once again I'm running the same code, that is generating another number. Once again I'm running the same code, that is generating another number. So like this, that is generating the random numbers between the 1 and 100. So like this you can generate the random numbers by using randint. And next function is rand range function. Now I want to use rand range function in the Python interpreter. So open the Python interpreter. Open Python interpreter. So write the import statement here. Import random. Then write random dot rand range of. I'm giving a value as 11. Now it will generate the random numbers between 0 to 10. It excludes the 11 now. Observe here. That is generating what? 9. Okay. Once again, I'm running the same code. Okay. I'm calling the function rand range function again. That is generating 7. Again, I'm calling the rand range function. That is generating 9. Again, I'm calling 6. So like this, you are getting the random number between 0 to 10. Okay. So it is excluding the ending value here. So like this, you can use the rand range function. Okay. Once again, I want to use the rand range. Now I want to specify the starting value and ending value. To specify the starting value and ending value, I'm opening the Python interpreter again. So write import statement, import random, or instead of writing import random, you can also write like this. From, give the module name. Module name is what? Random. Okay, then write the keyword import. If you want to use all functions, then simply write start. If you want to use only one function, then write rand range function name. I want to use rand range, so I'm writing rand range here. Now you have no need to write random dot rand range. Just simply you can write rand range now. Write rand range. Then give the starting value here. I'm giving starting value as 50, ending value as 100. Now it will generate the random number between 50 and 100. See, that is generating one random number. Okay, once again, I'm calling the rand range function. Once again, I'm calling the rand range function. Now it is generating the random numbers between 50 and 100. So it excludes the 100. Okay, now I want to use one more function. I want to use the same function, but I want to give step value as 10. So to give step value as 10, write rand range of, I'm giving starting value as 10, ending value as 101, step as 10. So step value 10 means first value 10, second value 20, third value 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So these are the values. So from these values that will generate the random number now. Okay, I'm running here. Okay, now what it is printing? It's printing 10. Okay, I'm copying this one. Once again, I'm calling rand range function. Once again, I'm calling, copying this. Okay, once again, I'm running. That is generating the random number 90. Once again, I'm calling. That is generating the random number 20. Once again, I'm running. That is generating the random number 10. So like this, you can generate the random integer values. Now, I want to generate random float values between 0.0 and 1.0. In such type of situations, it's better to use random function. Now, I'm using the random function here. See. So, if you want to import all functions, just simply write the module name. I'm giving module name as random import star. Star means now all functions are ready to use. You can use any function which is in the random module. I want to use random function. So just simply write random random, then press enter key. That will generate the random number between 0.0 and 1.0. Here decimal places is the Python interpreter's choice. Sometimes it may give 15 decimal places, sometimes it may give 16 decimal places, sometimes it may give 17 decimal places. That is Python interpreter's choice, but that is generating the random number between 0.0 and 1.0. Okay, once again I'm running, that is generating another random number. Once again I'm calling random function, that is generating another random number. So like this you can use the random function. Okay, so for the random function we cannot specify any range. That will give the random number between 0.0 and 1.0. If you want to specify the range, you have to use uniform function. Use uniform function to generate the random floating values. See, for example, I'm writing uniform, specify the starting value and ending value. I'm giving starting value as 10.0, ending value as 100.0. Now this is the range. Now it will generate the floating point random number between 10.0 and 100.0. Okay, see, pressing enter key, that is generating random number between 10 and 100, that is floating point random number. Once again I'm running, that is generating floating point random number. Again I'm calling the uniform function, that's generating random number. Again I'm calling, so like this will generate the random numbers between 10.0 and 100.0. So this is about 4 functions: rand_int function, rand_range function, random function and uniform function. So rand_int, rand_range are used to generate random integer values. Random and uniform are used to generate random float values. Okay, and one more function is there, that is seed function. If you use seed function, always it will generate the same random numbers if seed value is same. For example, I am writing seed value as 10. After giving seed value 10, I am generating the random numbers. Okay, second time when I run, again I am giving seed value as 10. Again it will generate the same random number. See, I am explaining practically here. Observe here. So I'm opening the Python interpreter now. I'm opening Python interpreter. Python interpreter. Write the import statement here. Write from, give the module name, random, import, then write star. Now all functions are available to use. You can use all functions and you have no need to use random dot to call them. Okay, just simply write seed of, I am giving seed value as 10 now. Now I am generating the random integer value. Just simply write rand_int of, I am giving 1, 100 here. So internally that takes seed value as 10. So it is generating one random number here. It is generating one random number between 1 to 100. So once again I'm calling rand_int function, that is generating one random number. Once again I'm calling, that is generating one random number. Once again I'm calling, that is generating one random number. Now observe the random numbers here. So what are the random numbers here? The random numbers are when you use seed. When you use seed, okay, what are the random numbers it is generated? First one 74, second value is 5, third value is 55, next value is 62. So next value is 62. So these 4 random numbers are generated when seed value is 10. Now I'm closing the Python interpreter. Once again I'm opening Python interpreter here. So write the import statement, import, give the module name is what? Random. Right, from random, import star. Now all functions are available. I'm calling seed function here. I'm giving seed value as 10. Again I'm calling rand_int of, starting value as 1, ending value as 100. Okay, now which number it is generated? 74. In the previous time also that generated 74 only. Now once again I'm calling the same function. Once again, I'm calling the same function that is generating what? 5. So previously also that generated 5 only. Okay, once again, I'm calling that is generating 55. Previously also that generated 55 only. Okay, once again, I'm calling randint function. Okay, what it is generated? 62. Previously also that generated 62. So with this, we can understand that if we want to generate the same sequence of random numbers, it's better to use seed function. Okay, give the seed value. Okay, if you give seed value 10, next time also give the seed value as 10. So that gives some random numbers. So next time if you give seed value as 10, then also that will give the same random numbers. Just now I showed them practically here. Okay, and if you want to generate the alphabet randomly, or if you want to generate the strings randomly, also you can generate by using the choice function, which is provided in the random module. For example, I'm writing one list here. I'm giving list as x equals to, I'm giving list value as first value Raju. Okay, second value I'm giving as D. Okay, third value I'm giving as 10. Fourth value I'm giving as 34.56. Okay, so like this, different data type values are there. Different data type values I'm writing here. Okay, 20. I'm giving Kiran. I'm giving one more alphabet of Z. So these are the elements in the X list. Now I'm using one function here. That function name is choice function. I'm using choice function now. Choice of, I'm giving value as X. Now X is the list, X is the sequence. Okay, if you press enter key, that gives one random value which is in this list. Okay, I'm pressing enter key now, that is giving one random value, that is what? 20. Once again, I'm calling the same function that is generating the random value, that is what? Raju. Once again, I'm calling the choice function that is generating another random value. Once again, I'm calling the choice function that is generating another random value which is in the list. Okay, once again, I'm calling the choice function that is generating, so that is generating another random value. So hence we can get the random value from the list also. So where these random numbers are useful, or where these random elements are useful, where these random alphabet are useful. So to enter the captcha, you can use this one. So for security purpose, we are using the captchas. So to enter the captcha, we can use this random numbers. To generate the passwords, you can use the random numbers. To generate the pin numbers, you can use this random numbers concept. And so like that, in the games also, you can use these random numbers, such as dice game. In the dice game, I want to generate the random numbers between 1 and 6. In the playing cards also, I want to generate the numbers randomly. So in such type of situations, we can generate the random numbers by using all these functions. So thank you for watching my video. Thank you very much.